All right, so this affirmation, and by the way, if you haven't downloaded the app, I am. Shame on you. Shame on you. Download the app, seriously. So this affirmation came to my phone. I take a break from trying to make everyone happy and focus on making myself happy. You guys, I resonate with this so much. I it's crazy, like just reflecting back on who I used to be. It's crazy. But anyways, I used to be a people pleaser, and I also used to care so much about what people thought about me, their opinions. I couldn't even do what I wanted to do because I was so focused on just making sure I had approval from everyone else, whether it was family, friends, coworkers. But I wasted so many years doing that. And it got me nowhere except feeling miserable because I couldn't live in my truth. I couldn't be who I really was within myself because I was so focused on everybody else. And honey, you gotta do what's best for you. I'm gonna just give it to you raw. You have to do what's best for you because if you don't, you're just gonna have this constant, it's like battle with yourself. You're battling who you really are versus who you're trying to continue to be to please everyone else. And it gets you nowhere. It got me drinking all the time. It had me overeating. It had me sad all of the time because I couldn't be the woman that I really was because I was just so focused on pleasing everybody. And it wasn't until I started putting myself first when things changed for me in a good way. Now I do what I want to do, and I don't care what people think about what I do. I live for me. I do what's best for me. I finally live a life of purpose. I finally get up every single day doing what really makes me happy. And you can have that too. But the problem is, so many of us care too much about what other people think to the point where it's like we would rather stay miserable and just sad than just do what we really want to do because we have been conditioned. We have been brought up being taught that what other people think about us trumps what you think about yourself. Yes, yes. Do you know how much I hated my 9 to 5 before I quit? But the reason why I never quit was because I was so worried about what would people think if I quit this job. It wasn't how much better my life will be once I quit. No, no, no. It was about what will other people think if I quit. Do you know how backwards that is? That's why, like, when I tell you guys these stories and things that I went through, I'm always gonna, I'm always gonna tell you. But sometimes it just rubs me the wrong way how I used to think and how I used to act. Because I'm just like, ugh. Like, ugh. What? Because I'm so different today than I was back then. And that's how you know you've grown. When you can reflect back on something that you did and just be so confused. Like, why did I do this? Like, you don't even understand. And I don't regret, I don't regret anything. Things happen when they're supposed to happen. If if I live in regret, then what is that doing for me? It already happened. But you guys, your life is your life. And I wish I I do wish I knew what I knew now back then. I could have been doing this, right? But you can't cry over spilled milk. It's already happened. But I'm telling you that your happiness has to come first. You have to start putting yourself first. You can't keep putting everybody above you, because when you're worn out, when you're depleted, how can you care for anyone else? Your health has to come first. Your mental health has to come first. You have to start prioritizing those things. And when you start prioritizing your mental health, you will soon realize that your happiness has to come first. And you'll stop caring so much about what people think about you. To be in a space now where I could care less is amazing. You guys, it's amazing. Let me read this again. I take a break from trying to make everyone happy and focus on making myself happy. Child, I've been taking a break from that for the past 3 years. If you just want me to be brutally honest. If you want me to just be brutally honest, that break has lasted 3 years and counting. Because that did nothing for me. Half of these people that I was trying to please don't even pay my bills. Everyone is always going to have an opinion about you, whether you're doing what you want to do or not. So you might as well do what you want to do. And I believe as long as you're not hurting anyone, do you, boo? Do you? Who cares? At the end of the day, it's just words. And the people who have the most to say about how you live your life are also the people who don't have shit going on, y'all. And excuse my French, but they don't. They don't have shit going on, because people who really have something going on, people who are really living a fulfilling life, they don't even have the energy to speak on what you're doing with your life. And that's facts. How do I know this? Because I don't speak on what anyone's doing with their life. Because I don't care. Because I'm so focused and so fulfilled in making content and building my platforms and building my business that I could care too less about what homegirl down the street is doing with her. I don't care. I don't care. It's only the people who don't have nothing going on who, for some reason, care. You have got to get out of that space. That space is toxic. It is toxic. Drinking all the time, overeating, always crying. God, I was always crying. I was always fucking crying. That's what I'm saying. Like, just reflecting back, it's like I just shake my head. Because it's so simple, but yet it's so hard at the same time. But that's because that's how we were brought up. So that's all you know, is to care what other people think. But you keep living like that. Keep hiding who you truly are just to please others. And see where that gets you a year from now, 5 years from now. It's just going to be more time wasted. Because you can't be your true, authentic self, because you're so worried about his opinion, her opinion, their opinion, when the only opinion that should matter is yours. Bye.